Hey everybody, welcome back to Blue Collar Whiskey Drinkers. I'm Robbie.
And I'm Cody.
Tonight we are bringing back our versus episode, or episodes. And on this episode, we are bringing back, or starting off with Pendleton Whisky versus Crown Royal. So
Yeah.
this is a Canadian versus. Pretty excited about this.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, part of me is and part of me isn't, but we're going back to our roots with like we've talked about, in our history of whiskey drinking.
Oh yeah.
I started out drinking Crown Royal just because my dad, that was his thing. And that's kind of how I started with whiskey. So
Yep.
It's kind of cool to go back to that, the beginnings.
Yeah. Honestly, I've never had this Pendleton whiskey, so I'm pretty excited about this, especially whenever we kind of dived into the history of everything on this whiskey, and just how patriotic they are for Canadian whiskey, which I guess they're distilled. I'll go there. They say they're distilled in Oregon, or was it Hood River?
Hood River, Oregon, but that's probably just an area in Canada.
Yeah. So I will let you go ahead and kind of read off the bottle and tell us a little bit about Pendleton.
Okay. Yeah. So we're going to start off reviewing Pendleton. So Crown will do that on our the next tasting for the neat. So we're going to start off drinking Pendleton neat, and then we're going to move to Crown neat. So Pendleton is a Canadian whiskey. It's 40% alcohol, so 80 proof. It is about a $20 to $25 bottle. So I got it for about $20.99. So after tax and everything, probably about $25.
Yeah,
or close to it.
$24.99.
Okay, so right in the same ballpark.
Yeah,
and it's pretty same with Crown Royal. It fluctuates from 20 to 25.
Yeah, I got mine for $28.99.
That's crazy high, dude. I don't know why it's that high for you. That's like unheard of.
It's yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Anyways,
we'll talk about it when we get to Crown.
At least in California, California always is like $20, 25 at the very highest usually.
Yeah.
But anyways, so cool bottle. I like the Pendleton bottle. I think more than the Crown Royal bottle, even though the Crown Royal bottle is very cool and iconic.
Yeah.
I like that this has an actual cork, and I like that it has a marking on the cork as well. The horse rider getting bucked. Pretty cool. Anyways, I'll go ahead and start reading the bottle. So it's got let's buck on the back there. So Pendleton Whisky was made to honor one of the most famous and respected rodeoers in the world. The Pendleton Roundup, first held in 1910, the legendary rodeo has taken place in Northeast Oregon for over a century. Each batch of Pendleton is rested in American oak barrels before being cut to proof with pristine glacier-fed spring water from Oregon's highest peak, Mount Hood. This time-honored process provides a consistency-rich tasting whiskey with a uncommonly smooth finish. We read too on the age. This was aged about 10 years.
Yes.
We were actually able to find an actual age statement on this one. So that was cool. Crown's a little, we'll talk about that once we get in the Crown. But that's pretty much for the Pendleton there on the bottle. So
yeah. So I'm gonna just go a little bit off the website here. So Pendleton Whiskey is an oak barrel aged whiskey distilled in Canada using the finest ingredients. Before bottling, glacier-fed spring water is added from Mount Hood, which that's kind of what Cody was just reading off there. And it continues on saying whiskey delivers an uncommonly smooth taste and rich, complex flavor. Pendleton Whisky was specially created to celebrate the bold spirit of independence and hard work ethic of the American cowboy and cowgirl. Each Pendleton Whisky bottle prominently features the rodeo's famous bucking horse symbol and letterbuck slogan. Pendleton Whisky is the official spirit of the Pro Rodeo Cowboy Association and the official whiskey of PBR, professional bull riding. So this is has some honestly some deep roots in my book, in my opinion, with American way of life, American kind of what a lot of people would think about America. They think about probably a cowboy, somebody out there on the plains, running gun shooting, or even just doing cowboy crap like them, doing rodeos and things like that. So for me, pretty fucking cool. I really like the backstory and everything to this whiskey. I would have probably tried it sooner if it didn't say Canadian whiskey on it, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that it's so like kind of like a lot of American stuff on it, and then it's Canadian whiskey. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm pretty excited to try this one, and the fact that it's aged 10 years, that's a pretty decent time.
Yeah, not bad. Well, I am ready to taste it. How about you?
Yeah.
Wow. Hit me there a little bit. Whew. Whew. Got a little ethanol on that, on the nose, huh?
Yeah. I'm
almost leathery.
They say like a hint of cinnamon on the nose, but and
Mhm.
that's kind of I get more of it than a hint.
Yeah,
That's what I was saying.
get some, definitely cinnamon, but I get a little leather vibe smell, like almost like, or like plasticky. You get that? Little bit, little vanilla maybe.
Yeah, no, I can see where you're coming from that. Yeah, vanilla. Gosh, yeah, that's cinnamon. They say just a hint, but damn.
Yeah.
That and a little bit of I would almost say a hint of vanilla. And yeah, has a sweet smell to it, and it like kind of at the beginning, but once it kind of sets, it goes away real quick.
Let's see, it's a thin whiskey, like when you run it around the glass, comes droplets come down pretty quick. All right, well, smells it's okay in my book. I don't like love it.
Yeah, it's not the best.
It's very light. But cheers, man.
Hey, cheers.
Ooh. You get that hint of vanilla at the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's good.
Big time.
It warmed me up. I don't think it's just probably because I haven't had anything yet, but
yeah, me neither. It is warm. It doesn't seem, it drinks higher than the proof drinks. It seems like it'd be higher than 40 proof.
Ooh, that second sip is good. Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely get that honey spice.
Yeah,
that was I was just looking at that. The finish they say is medium smooth. I definitely get the smooth, but I don't think it's I I don't know if they're talking about how long it lasts with medium, but I would definitely say it's a longer lasting finish.
Mm, yeah, I mean, as far as like the warmth goes, but like the flavor drops off. But yeah, no, I think it has a in between, a medium and a long, you know. You
Okay.
trying with the water droplets?
Yeah, I just added it. I want you to smell that now.
How many drops do you
Definitely
put in?
just three small ones. Definitely the cinnamon's kind of dropped off, and I'm getting more of like a vanilla, sweetness, maybe honey. Um, and that plastic. I don't know
Plastic.
whatever smell that was. It's not really plastic, but it's something chemically or something.
Yeah, definitely.
So kind of dropped off, I thought.
Ethanol.
Yeah.
Like smells like if you were to have vodka, I get that smell like a little bit, like a hint of that ethanol.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
cheers.
Cheers. Such a thin whiskey.
It's
like nothing.
Sweet.
It's like nothing. Yeah. Sweet. Sweet on the tip of the tongue. A little bit, just a little bit of that vanilla is definitely coming through on that. And then you get some of the oak undertones at the end.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy though. Pretty much pretty special. I just don't like that like chemical-y smell. Scott.
See, mine's really, it's still there, but it's not even close to what it was.
Really?
Yeah.
I still smell it, but it's like, yeah, maybe a little fainter. Well,
But the flavor for me, honestly, I definitely like it with the water droplets. I think it
yeah.
opened it up a little bit more. Yeah, it's sweet. Just
Yeah,
has a
definitely.
sweet smoothness to it.
Very sweet. For sure. Well, I would have to say, for a $20 bottle and 20, 40 proof, not too bad. It's got a good flavor, kind of like a basic flavor. I wouldn't run to go, have this neat. Kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good. It's smooth. It's easy to drink. It's like a very light mouthfeel in there.
Yeah.
Like just not too much going on.
What were you thinking? Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go. You brought us in. You go. You go ahead.
So, I agree with everything you said. I'm not gonna go chase this for a neat drink, but there was things I enjoyed about it.
Yeah, it's
The
not bad.
Yeah,
That's
the
for sure.
smoothness aspect really helps out with everything, and it has a sweet, like, I wouldn't say it's the main focus, but I definitely get the sweetness. It's like the undertones, I would say.
Yeah.
But I went ahead and gave it around, 3.6 highest. It's a
3.6.
good,
Yeah.
yeah, it's good. I just wouldn't go drink, like looking for this to drink neat.
Yeah,
So,
I would agree with that. Yeah, I'm probably with you there. I'm probably a 3.6 too. I don't think that's I think that's a pretty good score. What those kind of I was on the same page with you on this one.
yeah,
It's good. It's not, probably like I already mentioned all the things. So yeah, 3.6. Uh, it's a decent tasting whiskey.
yeah.
Got a
I'm,
nice finish. The finish is pretty good.
I know we're not doing it on the rocks. I'm just curious.
Not
And
tonight.
yeah, not tonight. We will be doing that soon.
On the part 2. Yep.
Yeah, but I'd be curious how it holds up. I would almost assume since the water droplets have helped improve the whiskey,
Mhm.
so maybe it's pretty good on the rocks. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see for sure.
So everybody knows. I guess we forgot to mention tonight we are reviewing both whiskeys, neat and Coke,
Coke.
and
Yeah.
then we'll
And
come
then-
back and do next week on the rocks, old fashioned, finish out the verses with these
Yeah.
two. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's I'm actually excited for the Coke one on this.
I'm curious because we know how good Crown and Coke is.
Mhm.
Is Pendleton gonna compete?
I think it might. I don't
I
know.
think it may. I think it might.
Yeah, I think it will.
It's hard to tell just going off of neat because I'll be honest. Whenever we do just a whiskey by itself, you could usually tell how it is neat and on the rocks, and you could almost not 100% guess, but you could come close. You could have an idea.
You could
of
have
how
a
well it's going
yeah.
to be
You have an
with
inkling
Coke.
of if it's going to be good with Coke or not.
So,
But yeah, there's been times where we've been wrong too. Like
oh
you
yeah,
think one way and another, dude. Like, so I don't know if I told you. I had Michter's. So we did Michter's last episode, and the rye, small batch rye, and we did it on the rocks, and it was I really didn't enjoy it. Like it was really really bad for me. So I went back and I tried it again, just to give it another shot. I was like curious. I was like, maybe it's just weird night, or I don't know.
yeah,
But I went back and I tried it. I got a denser ice cube. Okay. Like I have big cubes, but I got like the ones that I use
yeah,
that are clear,
yeah,
like clear ice. I used one of those. Um, and since it was a little denser, it held up a little bit better, and it was a little bit better than what I initially probably gave it, which was a 2. I was really low. So I'm actually happy we gave it a 2.5, like we did, but I
yeah.
just thought that was kind of cool. I wanted to bring it up again because I did try it again just to give it another shot, and I put my glass in the freezer too.
That probably helped out big time.
Yeah, the denser ice though, the clear ice, it didn't melt it as quick. Like the other ice I had, it was a big cube, but it was not the clear ice, and it ate that thing so fast. It still ate the ice fast, but
Yeah,
it was a little less fast. But once it got to like a few minutes in though, it was starting to taste nasty again.
yeah. See,
Like
yeah,
it's
that's
just
just
too
not
quick.
on
It's
the
just
rock
too quick.
whiskey.
Yeah, it's just
Um,
it changes
I
too quick.
I had the guys actually try Michter's Rye Neat last night, and they all loved it. They said, "Oh, that's pretty good."
Yeah, neat.
I was like, "Yeah, it's the way to drink it." And I don't know if somebody asked if they could try it on the rocks, and I was like, "You don't want to try it on the rocks." I'll be honest. I told them I was like, it had the highest fall off. I'm like, really? So I was like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's funny. But anyway,
But
I
yeah,
thought that was cool to talk about just because I wanted to give it another shot and go, and yeah, I would say it's a 2.5 for sure. But nothing higher than that.
Yeah, I definitely think the neat's a way to drink it. And honestly, after it being open even longer,
Mm-hmm.
um, I
Yes.
almost think it's slightly a little bit better than what we gave it at a 4.1, which is still a great score. I was even sipping on it actually earlier today with Jordan. Jordan wanted another sip of it, and it was good. And then his brother
Nice.
tried some because I put it in a flask and took it to the movies. And he tried it, and he's like, "That's pretty good. What is that?" I was like, "Oh, Michter's Rye."
There you go.
So,
Nice.
alrighty,
Alrighty. Well,
we're gonna actually come back and we're gonna talk about Crown Royal and review it neat.
yeah. All right. Welcome back to Blue Collar Whiskey Drinkers. So we're going to be going over the review for the Crown Royal whiskey here, Canadian whiskey. It's going to be, again, we're battling Pendleton Whisky, also Canadian whiskey. So we're doing the neat review right now. So, a little bit, I mean, Crown Royal is known, it's probably one of the biggest whiskey known bottles probably around. I mean, they got the unique bottle, they have the unique box, the purple box, and the purple bag. I mean,
Yeah.
I probably have a couple hundred of those purple bags from my early days. I was telling Kelsey she needs to like make it into like a blanket. You like sew it,
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. But yeah,
Leave it
so
open to where you have each individual pocket still, so you could.
yeah, that'd be funny. So also 40% alcohol, 80 proof. It's $20-$25 depending on the state and where you're at. But you got anything else? We really couldn't find an age statement. So I guess Crown Royal doesn't really put an age statement on this. Their Crown Royal Fine Deluxe, which is this one. We know that or Canadian whiskey itself has to be aged for 3 years in Canada.
Yeah.
So we know it's at least 3 years old, but we did read somewhere on the internet that it was possibly 10 years as well, like Pendleton. But we don't know that for sure, so don't quote us on that. We can't get exact numbers on the age on this one.
Right. So just with Crown, I was able to get this bottle at $28.99. Definitely price went up even at the liquor store I got it at, because when we did our review, I got it for $24.99. And I do know for a fact if I would have just went up to Missouri, this bottle's pretty close to $20. It's like $21 up there. Because I was even talking to Jordan about it. He's like, Jesus, you should have just had me buy it for you. But anyways, yeah, Crown Royal, like he was saying, 3 years plus on the age. Just hard to pinpoint on an actual age with this whiskey. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it's close to Pendleton, like Pendleton. I think they're pretty similar.
So it's something we may have not discussed. This is in the 2.2 category.
Oh yeah,
with
yeah,
the
that's right.
price and alcohol percentage and everything. And so is the Pendleton. So they're in the same category. Obviously, we're doing this versus episode. Did you want to read anything on the back of the bottle or anything?
I'll read a little bit from it. The standards of excellency for Canadian whiskey, a blend of distinct full-bodied Canadian whiskey, matured to perfection in white oak barrels. Crown Royal was first created as a gift for the King and Queen of England to honor their visit to Canada in 1939. To this day, every bottle of Crown Royal whiskey is crafted to meet the same uncompromising standard. So that's kind of cool little bit of history there.
Yeah.
King and Queen of England was made to honor them. Cool.
Yeah. So nothing much on the website, pretty much same stuff as that. You know, like Cody was saying, this kind of was a starting off point for whiskeys for us.
Hmm.
Definitely wasn't like my first or anything like that, but it definitely was like that one we would always go grab and drink and everything else like that. Where,
Yeah.
hell, at 18, 19 years old, people are buying for your birthday. So
Yeah, it's true. I got a lot of these as gifts. I got a lot of, me and Ben, uh, this would be our drink it out camping or whatever when we were growing up.
yeah,
So good times, a lot of good times, I never had, bad experience drinking it. So
yeah,
that's cool.
no,
Like, you know, uh, all right. Well, on that note, let's give it a taste. See, this one's a little bit more vanilla and the oak and the ethanol. It's good though. It smells better than Pendleton to me.
yeah, I would say slightly better. Not much though. This is
Yeah. I'd have
yeah,
Kelsey come up here. She did not like the
yeah,
smell
no, she didn't
of
like Pendleton.
no, she did not like the smell. She thought it smelled like plastic, um chemically, like we talked about. She did smell the cinnamon too a little bit, but she said it tasted like cinnamon a lot too. And then yeah, yeah, she was not like, wasn't bad, wasn't, like kind of like we were feeling, wasn't
Yeah,
like um anything crazy group like that you would want to go get all the time and eat.
yeah,
But it's not a bad whiskey, that's for sure.
yeah. But cheers.
Cheers, man. Wow, that is so much smoother. But it's so like, it's just gone. Like it goes and it's gone.
Yeah,
There's no there's like the taste of it to me is better, but it's so quick. You know what I mean?
oh yeah,
It's just like, hey everybody, I'm here for a quick hot second and see you later.
I would definitely say though, it's better, but they're so comparable.
Oh yeah, they are. They are.
They're very
This is
comparable.
just hell of a lot smoother. Like this is almost like silky smooth. Like it goes down like, you know, so easily.
Yeah, it definitely has like a creamy vanilla
Yep. And
taste.
I enjoy that.
Which thing on this one
Not bad.
is they were saying the finish is long and lingering, which I gotta kind of disagree with.
No.
I don't think it's a long. I felt the
Maybe-
Pendleton was longer than this one.
Well, here's the thing too. Maybe if it was our first drink of the night, it might be a little longer, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna hold up to the longness of Pendleton.
Yeah.
But I like the flavor of this better, and I like the smoothness of this better.
Yeah, it's smoother.
The mouthfeel I like more than Pendleton. Pendleton was so like watery. Like this has a little bit of a creamy, like you were talking
Yeah,
about.
it has a creamy.
Like
It
has.
So with the mouthfeel, I would almost give the edge to Pendleton. It has that I don't know, a whiskey-esque. This doesn't,
It has
I
a
don't know.
bourbon-esque,
Yeah,
like
this one doesn't.
warmness to it.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but this is like Crown Royal is meant to be smooth. Like it's not meant to have the bourbon. This isn't a bourbon, like you know what I mean? This is meant to be like
Yeah, yeah. No, I know.
That fine deluxe.
Which I forgot, whenever you're freaking pouring, probably my biggest pet peeve of Crown has always been when you go to pour out of the bottle, it just goes all over the place. Like it slides down the rim every time. And it annoys me. I forgot about that until I started pouring the first one. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll pay attention to what I'm doing. But as we were sitting there, I started thinking, I was like, pretty sure that's done that to me every time. But this time I was like watching it and it just like runs down the side of the bottle every time. Not a very good pouring whiskey.
Hold on, which way are you pouring, like this?
No, like that.
Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I didn't have any issues. But yeah, it does do that. It for sure does that.
Definitely a
Very
lot sweeter.
Sweeter, a lot sweeter. Lots. The smell is sweet vanilla, a little bit of caramel. Get a little caramel now, huh? Just a little bit.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot fruitier as well.
A little, yeah. A little bit.
I didn't get any like a fruit on the
in the beginning. No.
Yeah. All right. Well, cheers.
All right, dude. Cheers, man. Wow.
Lost a lot of flavor.
It kind of got less smooth. Did you notice that or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. I like the smell better.
The smell's a lot better, which that's something we've been finding.
It's a pretty common thing. The smell will be better, but then it does not bring out the characteristics of the whiskey that you enjoy. It kind of brings out some of those undertones that you don't enjoy.
Definitely a way to drink this, everybody, right now is neat without water droplets.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan with the water droplets. Now I'm kind of worried about it on the rocks. But hopefully it holds together better than Michter's did.
It's gonna be thin.
It has to hold better than Michter's.
Yeah, I don't like with water droplets. Gave me the chills a little bit.
Oh gosh.
Much better without water droplets on the Crown.
Man. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it with the water droplets.
And to be honest, it's cool because I don't need to waste the time.
Yeah.
You know, if you kind of like if you gotta do that to make your whiskey better too, it's kind of like fuck. It's almost a downer. It's almost a bad thing, you know. Yeah, to make it better, you got to put water droplets in it, you know.
Well, it just like it's supposed to help release everything and make it just
yeah.
better.
You know what I mean though. Like you're going through an extra step just to have your whiskey. Is all I'm trying to say. It's not like a big deal, but
yeah. Well, I'll let you go first on this one.
You know, it's not a ton. It's not a ton. I would say it's just a little bit better than Pendleton. In my opinion, just very slightly. I think it's a 3.8.
Yeah, no, I wrote that down, 3.8. With the water droplets though, this thing would drop out of 3.
Yeah, don't do water droplets, everybody.
So, but without the water droplets, pretty good. I would definitely say it is better than Pendleton. There's the smoothness aspect with the flavors that really come through. It kind of hits all these good points going through the whiskey. I would say there's some flavors I do enjoy more with the Pendleton. The only hiccup
Yeah.
was maybe the smell with Pendleton.
The smell is really off-putting to me. I like like we kind of talked about, you brought it up, the finish was longer. It had that kind of warmth to it. It's just nice.
Yes.
We like that. That's like kind of a bourbon characteristic.
Yeah.
Or rye, whatever. But
Yeah.
It's I think we have a really good score. And again, remember everybody, this is our category for Canadian whiskeys. This is not.
Yes.
This is kind of a separate class. We're not putting it up against bourbons and such and such. So we might compare it a little bit here and there, but
Which I do gotta say, having Crown again just neat may give the edge to it on Coke. Just maybe. Which I already know Crown is really good with Coke. I'm really wanting Pendleton to do good here, but I just think Crown whiskey and Coke.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Really good.
I don't think I've had Pendleton with Coke ever.
Yeah. Well,
So
but
I don't
come
know.
on. There's a reason why Crown and Coke is such a staple in everybody's brain. Everybody's probably had Crown and Coke and loves it. It's a good whiskey and Coke. So
Yeah, for sure.
especially for the price point. Yeah,
Yep.
remember these are $20 bottles, so to speak.
Yeah.
I don't know why mine was close to 30. But I'm not letting that play a factor in my reviewing process tonight, because I do know this is like a $20 bottle. I've gotten it for around that price, even if it is $25.
Yeah.
So the $28.99, I'm not letting it bother me or change what I think. So.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways,
Yeah. So
Crown Royal edges out Pendleton Whiskey neat, I would say.
yeah, just a little bit, but
Yeah.
3.6 with Pendleton, 3.8
Yeah.
with
Definitely
Crown.
not a blowout, but it's just they're contending right now. It's a contender. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how Pendleton holds up.
These
on the
damn versus
rocks.
episodes, they're always so damn close.
Yeah. I
Well,
can't
we had
wait.
one that was kind of a little lopsided,
Yeah.
but most of them are close. They're like within points.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait to just see how honestly both of them do on the remaining ways we're going to review them. I really think Pendleton may come back with on the rocks kind of thing. Where
Old fashioned and on the
cocktail.
rocks.
Maybe the second part to this is Pendleton's night, and
Yeah.
right now this may be Crown's night, or Crown's 2 ways to drink in comparison to Pendleton. So I'm very curious how all this plays out. I'm excited. Can't wait to get to it. So
Yeah, same, dude. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and try Pendleton with Coke.
hey everybody, welcome back to Blue Collar Whiskey Drinkers. We have our whiskey and Coke here for Pendleton Whisky. This is the versus episode up against Crown Royal. Pendleton versus Crown Royal, Canadian whiskey versus Canadian whiskey. So
yeah, this is our first Canadian whiskeys on the podcast as well.
Yep.
So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, kicking off with a versus battle. So
yeah,
it's awesome. Hey, cheers, man.
Cheers, dude.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna sit here and sip on that for a while. That's good. Maybe a little bit closer than I actually thought it would be after the neats. But so far,
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. Surprising. It has a little weird taste to it. You get that?
You've been getting that with a lot of the whiskey and cokes lately.
No, no, no. Like it's not like it's just different. I mean, I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean like it has a
No, I
weird
know,
like
but I'm just saying you've been getting that a lot. Honestly believe we know what we like in the Legion and Coke, that we find these weird things and these other whiskey and Cokes when we drink them. Because I
yeah,
get what you're saying. There's something weird, but I didn't want to say it because I'm like, we've been saying that on every whiskey and Coke lately, it seems like.
maybe it's the chemical vibe, like the chemical
Yeah,
smell or whatever it was, but it's not like this is a good whiskey and Coke. Like, it tastes good.
surprisingly,
Surprisingly, even with that weird.
the good whiskey flavors that we were getting on neat came through with the Coke, and the Coke's not overpowering this whiskey for being 40% and everything else. It's it's pretty good.
It's very sweet too. It's like a, I don't know.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
the sweet, that's what I was saying, the sweetness. I think those sweet aspects like the vanilla, the honey, that we were getting is really shining through right now. Because it's not that Coke sweetness. So
no, it's not. Uh, you know, um,
well,
what
just
about the
thinking.
carb? What about the carbonation for you? Is it good?
Oh yeah, no, it stayed up pretty well. I would say the only thing is letting it sit may have dissipated it, but I was
Yeah,
watching it and it held up pretty good while I was waiting on the invite.
gotcha.
So, well, why don't you think about this whiskey? What'd you think about Prey?
Yes, yes. The prey, not
The
predator,
new,
buddy.
the newest Predator movie. It's a Predator movie, but it's called
Yes,
Prey.
it's called prey. It's like a prequel, I guess you
Mhm.
would say. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, it's back in, yeah,
1600s.
yeah. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it. Please, like we always tell you guys and gals, uh, just don't watch past this point if you haven't seen it. If you don't want anything spoiled for you, um, we like to talk about movies, shows. That's just what we do here on the Blue Collar Whiskey. We talk about
Yeah.
whiskey, we talk about shows, and whatever else. But you know, I think the me and Robbie have discussed this a little bit. We both enjoy the movie. Um, they did a really good job. I like it's back, 1600s, like you were saying. Indians, pistols that are flint,
Yeah.
one shot, that's it. And then you got to reload and it takes like 5 minutes. um, so it's back in those times. Let's get back to the the movie's good. I really enjoy it. I think they did a good job filming it. They didn't make it too crazy, like
Yeah.
um,
And I
fake
would
stuff
say
going on. With not a lot of fake crap in it.
CGI,
Yeah,
which there was parts with the CGI, it was a little spotty. I'll admit that. But all around, I kind of was going into it. I was like, oh gosh, here we go. It's going to be kind of garbage. And then it ended up being good and it surprised me. It wasn't, anything I really thought it was going to be, whatever. Because I was like,
mhm.
I was kind of hesitant. I was like, I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it. But I'm a sucker for Predator films.
Same here. We grew up to
Predator,
that shit, bro.
yeah. Predator
Predator
is
1.
all time, one of my favorite movies all time. And Cody and I were even talking Predators when they get sent to the separate world and they're getting hunted on the game preserve. I
Yeah,
really enjoyed that movie.
I like that movie too. It got bad review, but
Yeah.
I liked it. There's a lot of good movies that I thought they were better than what everybody gave them. But like the Alien vs Predator, there was a lot of those. There's actually, if you actually look back, there's a lot of Predator movies.
Oh yeah. Well, you got
Yeah.
Predator, Predator 2, you got AVP, AVP 2, you have Predators, you have
This-
the Predator, and then Prey.
yeah. Is that the
So
yeah, okay.
the Predator is the one with uh, he's in a lot of movies. I can't remember his name. Trying to even think what he's been in. It's did you ever watch that one with the giant predator? The guy's like, the predator's already tall. He's like 7 foot, 8 foot tall, but this thing is like 12, 15 foot almost. Yeah.
I don't think so.
So
I agree. But Prey, man, so they did a pretty good job. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the actor, the gal, and her brother in
yeah,
the film. I don't know any of their names. New actors to me. Did a good job. I liked them both. They're like kind of the main characters
yeah,
the film. But uh, yeah, there's some badass like predator versus bear and
yeah,
wolf scenes. Those were pretty cool. I like that. And because that's what he does. He goes and gets skulls. He fights the baddest of the baddest, animal or human. I mean, that's what he does.
yeah. Well, and I'll be honest, I watched like because there's different types of predators. So you have the predator from Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's a different predator than the predator that came on Predator 2. Um, so there's different like levels and different
Yeah, the one on Predator 2 is a little smaller.
Yajua or Yachua is the predator species.
Hmm, okay. Yeah, the one on the second film, um, yeah, he was a little smaller, I think, than the one on Arnold based.
Yes.
I always felt like Arnold should have made enough. Like they should have done something with Arnold again on another one. Or at
Well,
least he should have
so
had it. He should have had like a cameo in one of them or something.
he's always referenced in all the movies afterwards, pretty much. There's a reference to his character because his character is a pivotal character and was like that one guy that actually there's been other prey that have defeated the predator, but he was the one that was like actually that badass, that they were like, holy shit, this guy's good. He There's like a comic book series, and I'm pretty sure he went to the game preserve as well, and he won again. So that would have been a cool movie.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah,
The game preserved like the one movie they
yes.
did.
But
Gotcha.
they like he won, and the predators brought him back to Earth. His biggest thing, don't quote me on that. That I may be wrong on that, but I swear it was him who went to the game preserve. He was talking about it. His downfall in the comics is the blast that happens at the end of the first Predator. The small nuclear blast, gives him nuclear radiation poisoning, but he lives longer than what he was supposed to.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Prey definitely worth checking out. Hulu.
Yeah, what was your favorite? Yeah, Hulu. What was your favorite
I
part on that?
I really liked the fact about, like we were talking. There's different predator species and even hierarchies in this. Um,
I like the honor they have.
yeah, so they have an honor code where if the prey is wanting to say fight hand to hand, they will go hand to hand with them. If things like that, they're
Yeah.
because like this predator, everybody was saying he was an inexperienced predator, but I'll talk to you maybe later about the videos I was watching about that, on how he is not, because he has it's not a plasma blaster, but it's a plasma blaster.
Yeah, it's shooting fucking bolts that are go through your face.
Yeah. So he has that, but like he's fighting the bear, and he's wanting the challenge. He's wanting to figure out these animals and everything else. That's why, like, the wolf attack, he even, got dinged up by that the wolf and everything. I
Yeah,
would say his overall look, I do like that skull look on top of his. It definitely makes him look more menacing and have just that overall creepy vibe. It's like, ooh,
yeah.
this guy's.
He definitely looked a little different than the normal predator. He was a little different species, I would say, like kind of slightly, right?
Oh yeah, no, they talk about that. I'll send
Yeah.
you some of the videos I watched on it.
Well, back to this whiskey.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess it's my turn.
yeah, it's you, man. So, what are you thinking?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sip on it for a second.
Yeah, I know now. I finished it, so I was like, okay, I got you.
I'm gonna say 4.2. It may be a little high, but I think that's my max. 4.2.
Yeah, I was leaning there too. I'm 4.1, 4.2. I
Yeah.
was like right on the border there. It's a good one.
I kept going between 4.1, 4.2, but I was like, yeah. It definitely was surprising. Or not
Yeah,
surprising, but just a little better than what I thought it would be.
yeah, I would. I think I'm not opposed to going up to 4.2. It's fine.
Okay. Well, we've been honestly spot on all the other scores tonight with these two whiskeys. So
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was pretty close to 4.2. Well, not bad. I think it's going to be close to Crown, but I think Crown's going to beat it out. I don't know.
yeah, I still think Crown's going to beat it out. But I definitely think the score helps it in its overall, and but we'll see even how it does next weekend. But
Next weekend's going to be a different playbook here.
yeah,
But
I think we were discussing that right before this. It may be Pendleton's night next week. Maybe. We'll see.
yeah, we'll see.
I really can't even remember what we gave Crown on all those last time, or even like what I can't remember
Yeah,
how Crown is with an old fashioned on the rocks. So this is a good one.
yeah. I'm not
The
sure.
only one I know how it is with is Coke. But that's because it's like the one that probably the most recent I've had is Crown and Coke and etc. So
Yeah.
alrighty. 4.2. We have one more way to try it tonight, everybody, or try
Crown and Coke.
tonight and it's Crown and Coke. Before we get to that, a little overview. Pendleton right now 3.6 and 4.2. Very close on the 3.6 versus a 3.8 on Crown. So pretty close, and I think it may be around the similar aspect here with Coke, going into Coke and with Crown. So
Yeah, it's probably gonna be pretty close, but yeah.
yeah.
All right, man.
All right, we'll be right back.
All right, everybody, we're back with our Crown and Coke. So we're doing the review for the Crown of Coke, obviously, and this is the versus episode, Pendleton and Crown versus.
Yep.
So
Cheers.
cheers, man. We're gonna try this Coke and whiskey. Mm-hmm.
Just so damn smooth.
Something
So
about
damn
it.
smooth.
Something about it, man. It's so good.
Yeah. It,
Always has had a little special thing in my heart. Crown and Coke.
That's what I'm saying. Crown and Coke is just so classic and good.
Wow. Yeah. It's just a good blend.
It mixes very well. I don't know.
There's just something about it that
It's
makes
hard
it.
to pinpoint, but it's just good.
Yeah, I don't know what everybody that anybody that's listening that's had Crown and Coke probably knows what we're saying, but we just don't know how to
Put it into words.
articulate the words
Yeah.
of why it's just such a good blend. They just blend together great. There's no kind of weird flavors, or
Yeah.
anything. It's just nice. It's just nice.
It's just a good whiskey and Coke. Like you got two, I would almost say two powerhouses as far as the cocktail whiskeys go that we've done. Not even powerhouses, but with Coke, you got Legion and Four Roses, and this is up there. I would still put Legions above, but this is good. I would love to actually compare this with Four Roses.
Yeah, that's something we wanted to do.
Yeah.
I would like to do that too. I think Four Roses was what, a 4.6? I can't remember off the top of my head.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Let me see. Four Roses, though. Wow. It's a good one.
I'm surprising. Yeah, well, you even got it. Oh. I know, right? It's good.
It's good. Crown definitely I would put up there. Put it up there with those two.
Yeah. It is very good. I think it's got that vanilla and just that smoothness, that little bit of caramel. Just that blends so well with the Coke.
Yeah. Something I do notice right now, looking at it. So this may be an issue for Pendleton. The ice is not getting melting as fast.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
But I normally don't pay attention to it with Coke, but
yeah, I would have never paid attention.
I just remember notating. I'm like, it just seems like the ice kind of melted fast with the Pendleton. I just made a mental note for myself, and looking at the Crown and Coke, I'm like, okay. So
now that you mentioned that, actually, I'm looking at my ice and I'm thinking back to the Pendleton ice. It was farther along gone.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Definitely was. So that may play a factor to next week. We'll see.
We've come to find that out, on certain whiskeys. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a score, man. I'm ready. I've had this enough times in my day to know.
Let me write down mine before you jack it up.
I'm gonna get a 4.5.
And that's exactly what I put.
4.5. I think it is. I think it is. I mean, it's just really, really, really good. Especially for $20.
Yes.
I can't wait to do some other. I don't know a lot of Canadian whiskeys. Like
There's a few
the
out
only
there.
ones I've had is Pendleton and Crown. I've never
Yeah.
had any of the other ones. Yeah, this is a great whiskey code. It always has been.
Crown and Coke, just classic. Do gotta say, with that score though, Pendleton needs to come out swinging next week. It really does.
Yeah, it's gotta do well to pass it
Is about 2
to
points
win.
higher, or Crown was 2 points higher, and then 3 points higher.
Yeah.
It-
What's the score now?
So right now, Crown is sitting at a 4.15, so a 4.2, 3.9 for Pendleton.
Okay, yeah.
So really almost a 3 point difference right now going into next week. Pendleton's going to have to come out strong on one of the two to tie it up even. And
Yeah.
Crown's going to have to be bad. If Crown stays consistent, Crown's going to win. But this isn't saying Pendleton's bad by any means. This is a good whiskey. I definitely recommend everybody so far the way we've reviewed it so far tonight with Neat and Coke. Go try it out. Let us know what you think about it, Neat, and let us know what you think about it with Coke. And even if you want, compare it with Crown Royal. So
Yeah, you may differ. Your opinion might be different than ours, but I mean, they're pretty close. I mean,
they are.
we're within a few points. Just I guess maybe just different profiles. But
Yeah.
some people might be enjoying Pendleton more, but
I gotta say, though, Crown and Coke is it is good. I would love to get Four Roses and just really sit here and try it. I still think Four Roses is better, but
yeah, it's definitely not
good.
a bourbon. Yeah. So there's that bourbon and Coke that's so good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. You're right.
And this is like it's a little almost more elegant, if you want to call it. It's like it doesn't have that like that bourbon profile, that
the bourbon spice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, and I would agree. And it may be difficult if we just sat there and tried to compare them. I don't think they're.
I'll still compare them.
Yeah,
for sure.
No,
but
that's what I was going to say. I don't think they're too far off from comparing the two, but there are certain spice elements, certain process on the distilling you may have to take into factor. And honestly, this just may be our preference. I still prefer the bourbon and Coke usually.
Crown Royal has tons of different releases, but they do have a blender's mash, which is actually more bourbon-ish.
Yeah.
Fun fact, they actually got sued and they had to change their name because I think it said bourbon mash.
Yeah, no, it did.
And then they had to change it to blender's mash.
Yep.
Because I actually have a couple of the bottles that are bourbon mash.
Yeah, so does Jordan.
Yeah. Me and Jordan are fucking twins.
Yeah,
me and Jordan collect Crown bottles, and we both like Crown.
Honestly, that may be a good one to do because he does love Crown so much. Is do a specialty Crown.
You need to get one of the nobles. I'm sure he has all the nobles. The noble Crown collection. I have every single noble Crown collection that's been released up to this point. The latest one is the Winter Wheat, which is a wheated bourbon. It's like a wheated whiskey.
Yeah.
really fun.
Was
Let's
it
just say that.
the Texas Mesquite or whatever? That
Oh,
one
that
was
was
just so. It was
oh,
like
bro.
it was. Eh,
I have that one. I have that one.
yeah,
I don't like that one,
but
but
I do. I do. I want. It was either your place or Jordan's. That bourbon mash was pretty good.
I have the bourbon mash and I also have bourbon 13-year Noble Collection
Yeah.
one.
Well, honestly, we could spend quite a few episodes going through just a whole Crown lineup. There's a
Oh,
lot.
there's a lot. There's so many.
Because if you compare it to say Pendleton's at like what 5 or 6. Actually, I can tell you right now. I got their
They have
website
like,
pulled up.
yeah, they have a rye. It's like a
Which
12.
I really
That
want to try.
Pendleton's rye 12-year looks, the bottle is so bitchin'.
Yes.
Um,
Okay, so yeah, the
Probably
Pendleton
one of the best
1910,
looking, yeah, one of the best looking bottles there is on the
age
market.
12 years, and then
It's
they
like
have a
$30.
midnight.
Midnight. It's like Crown Royal is black.
Okay, so
So
that
those, they're the same proof too. They're both 45%. So they're just a darker, I think they double charred
ooh,
or double oaked it or something like that.
2 very good Canadian whiskeys tonight, everybody. We're going to be continuing this on a part 2, so check that out. Let us know what you think about both these whiskeys, neat and Coke. And next week we'll be reviewing them both on the rocks and old fashioned. So I'm gonna go over the scores real quick. Pendleton neat was 3.6, while Crown neat was 3.8. Coke or Pendleton with Coke was 4.2. Pretty good whiskey and Coke.
Yep.
Just Crown and Coke's better, 4.5. Both these whiskeys are pretty good so far.
Yeah.
I can't wait to really see how they do next week, especially Pendleton. This is a new whiskey for me, so everything tonight is
New.
authentic. Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
new. Crown, I've had a shitload before. I'm gonna have a shitload after. It's just one of those. And I'm gonna honestly start buying Pendleton now. I do enjoy it. As long as it finishes good next week. If it just
Yeah.
falls apart, where the
If
only way it'd be
yeah.
good to drink it's Coke, then that's gonna be a real bummer for me because I really enjoy and I even like what they represent and just everything behind this company I really like, and I want them to do good. I want them to be competitive on this versus series. So
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I I've always liked Pendleton, like their bottle and their just the whole the whole deal.
yeah,
Um so hoping next week they shine with the two
yeah,
other ways. So but we'll see.
yeah,
Crown's always been a long
favorite.
time like favorite,
Yeah,
I mean, it's not a nowadays it's not one of my like favorites, anymore, but it's still like that staple where
it still
we
holds a
started.
special spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Uh, but
yeah,
all right, well, everybody, uh, good vibes, drink responsibly, and we will catch you on the next episode.
yeah. Hey, cheers, everybody. Go grab these 2 whiskeys. Let us know what you think, and hell, go drink with a friend, family member, create some new memories, and have a good time, everybody. Thank you.
Cheers.